morning, my stamping friends. It is Tammy with Stamp and Scrap Tammy with our weekly Facebook Live. It feels like it has been like 4,000 days since I did a Facebook Live because last week I shared with you a video rather than doing a live because I had so much going on. So I'm happy to be back with you today, but I have to grab myself a cup of coffee, so just hang tight. I will be right there. This will give you time to log on too. All right, so here we are. I am sharing with you one of the most beautiful cards. I have to grab it too, it's on my desk, although I think it is so pretty that it is like logged into my head. I think I will probably remember it forever. But it is so pretty. I am digging into the Nature's Harvest stamp set once again. I used it a few weeks ago to make a really fun fold card. But I'm sharing with you another card that I created just last night with it. I actually had... I'm just logging on here, so if you're wondering what I'm doing, we got to get in the right place, get where we're going. If you're wondering, let's see. Okay, anyway, so I created a card last night. It had been a couple of weeks since I had created a card. I was a little bit had a little bit of a design freeze. I was getting a little bit worried, and then last night it just poof, came to me. Anyways, so here we are. I'm not going to stay here too long. I'm going to get down to it. So I'm just so happy to be back. It seems like I'm back in a regular routine almost. My daughter went to school this morning. Tomorrow we have conferences for my son and he starts on Friday. So it's like we're going to get into the groove, get into a routine. It's going to be great. All right, so lots going on in the Stamp and Scrap world. I hope that you all have been enjoying your end of summer, Labor Day. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's get down to it. So anyways, what I'm sharing today is just gorgeous. So as I move the camera down, if you want to take like a slow motion look at the disaster I have going on here, although where you're going to see it's not too bad. Perhaps in the comments after the video, I should take a snapshot of the rest of the room. And it's not so much, oh my, I'm going the wrong way. Am I? Why do I feel like I'm going the wrong way? Gosh, did I forget how to turn my camera? Oh my, wouldn't that be something? And it doesn't look like I was backwards. I think we're right. If we are, it's going to be something. I'm going to have to keep an eye on this. So if you're watching the replay and you're here just for the project, you know, forward through the first 3 minutes or so, because it's just me trying to figure out what's right in the world. Okay, so good morning to those that are watching. Good, you guys didn't forget about me when I took kind of a week off. I did share with you a video last week. So we do have a prize patrol from last week. I have 2 prize patrol winners. I have got Karen Ruzin and Tessie Splett from the week before. So thank you all so much who watched that shared video on YouTube. So these videos are always shared, the replay on YouTube. I also have some other videos I share on there from time to time. So if you're not on there, head on over there, search Tammy Nelson or Stamp and Scrap with Tammy, and I should come up. All right, look at what we're using today. So I'm going to share with you a card today, and also we are in a brand new month. It is September, everybody. Can you even believe that? September. So we've got a new order special. I've got a fun one this time around. And well, I mean, they're always fun, right? Anytime you're talking about Stampin' Up! Products, it's a good day. All right, so this is what it is this month, and it's not necessarily this one. So what it is a sampling of a suite of products. So for example, if you get the Harvest Meadow as your free gift, so any order over $50, I will send you this fun little gift. This includes a little sampling of a designer series paper. So of any particular bundle in the mini catalog. So this particular sampling is of the Harvest Meadow, the one that I'm using today. And then this bundle has some cork paper. So of course I have to just give you a little tasting of that. Some embellishments from that. So you'll have coordinating products if you want to create some cards. And then 2 yards of the ribbon that coordinates with that. So this could be any suite within the little mini catalog that I will pick from to send those that order in September for a little gift, a little bonus for you. And then that's in addition to the punch on the punch card. And after, 10 punches, you get a free stamp set. I send an additional little paper perk, so you get all kinds of goodies. But let's talk about today. We are using the Harvest Meadow sweet bundle. And so here's the designer series paper. I love this paper. It's gorgeous. These are the die cuts. These are on a back order situation. However, you can order them. So they will just send out, I believe they're supposed to be back in stock the week of September 13th. So that's not too far off. So go ahead, order it if you want it, and that way you will have it. This is also the feature of this month's card club. This is the stamp set that I'll be using today. And I'm going to be doing some heat embossing. So we're going to have a lot of fun today. And let's get started. So I am just pulling from, I'm going to leave this here. I'm pulling from the coordinating colors. I talk about this quite a bit, but I let Stampin' Up! Do the work for me most of the time. Not always, almost all of the time. Sorry about that. Hold on. Hold on, everybody. I still have one child at home. Brody, come down here. That was his friend calling. See, Brody doesn't have a phone yet, so I think he makes his friends call me. So then it will be like, call me all the time on my mom's phone. So then eventually I'll say, okay, you can get a phone. Hi, Brody. Quinn just called. Were you over at his house? Yeah. Okay, he just called. I don't know what he wanted. Okay. Anyways, I'm back. So Brody goes to school on Friday. So in Mankato, we start all different days. It's so weird. All right, so... And where was I at? Stampin' Up! I let Stampin' Up! Do the work for me. They tell me, Calypso. Holy cow, are you all still there? Okay, I got to figure out a situation here. My alarm just went off, and it's going to go off in 8 more minutes again. I don't know why that's going off. Oh no, we have got trouble today. Trouble. It is trouble in the stamp studio today. Okay, I better just get to stamping. So the alarm's going to go off in another 8 minutes. I'm going to have to figure out how to shut it off. All right, so Calypso Coral. I'm doing it the different way this time. So I have got it cut at 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So let's just get going here. I'm probably not going to be able to finish these in 8 minutes before the alarm goes off again. And usually I turn the notifications off today too. So again, I'm all out of sorts. It was so nice out this morning after I dropped my daughter off for high school, 9th grade high school, and that I went for a walk. It's 60 and sunny here in Minnesota. So if you're not from Minnesota, and if you are, you are loving this weather too. But if you're not from here and you wonder, like, why do we live here when it gets so cold in the winter? Well, we live for these days. 60 and sunny, calm, blue skies. It's beautiful. Our fall. Well, it's not quite technically fall yet, but it's close. All right, so what are we going to do here? We've got a couple things going on here. So on this card, I have went ahead and ran it through my embossing folder. This is like a script, I believe it's called. 3D script, something like that. I'll have to share with you what that is. I got some editing to do on this post when we're done. Again, I took advantage of this nice weather and went for a little walk. So what I want to do here, I want to make this look a little rustic. So I'm going to not even worry about what I'm doing there. And I'm taking the edge of my scissors and I'm roughing up the edges there. Gosh, I did a good job on that. See, don't worry about being gentle because we want the paper to get a little bent up a little bit. We want it to look old, okay? Not too often do we want things to look old. But right now, we want this... Oh, that even tore a little bit. That's okay. We want this to look a little rustic. A little rough around the edges. Okay, so... Good thing I have this. I'll clean up when I'm done here. And I'm going to do 2 cards today. I should have stuck with 1, considering my alarm's going to go off here. Oh, I tore it again. That's okay, though. And... there used to be a tool for this. And I had one, but I don't even know where it is. If I had it, I'd grab it, but I don't even have it. So now I just use the edge of my scissors when I want to do this. This was pretty cool when I was scrapbooking back probably, oh goodness, mid-2000s. We did this to everything. I do this to pictures, like you name it, I did it. All right, let's clean up here. Our little handy vacuum. You saw the rest of the room right now, you'd go, why doesn't she just throw it on the floor like everything else? Okay, so next up what I want to do, because I got to make it look a little rustic, I'm going to take my crumb cake ink. I'm going to set a scratch piece of paper here. And I've got my brush, my blending brush. These are like back in stock now. And I will just go along the edges. See that? Nice and easy. If it gets on the paper, no problem. There's nothing too formal about this. So don't overthink this part. Just go for it. See, got on the edge, no problem. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm just gonna keep on going. And I'm gonna quickly do the other one. So the faster you do this, probably the better. If you slow down and start thinking, you're gonna start worrying if that little sponge thing should be there, should it be there? And then once we start adding the flowers and all the rest of the elements to this card, you're gonna love it. And if you wanna do more up on the edges, go for it. Whatever you like to do. Do a couple of them. Do them all a little bit different. So we are through with that for now. I'm gonna do one more thing with that in a little bit. All right, what's up next? We got to do our stamping. So I have pre-cut out all of the elements for this because there are beautiful ones. Here we go. Look at that. Okay. And so I have these, and these are the ones I'm going to stamp. I pre-cut them out. If you notice, look at that, how I cut them out, because you can cut 2 of these out at a time. So when you're doing multiples and big projects, this is great. And so what you do, so for the first one I did, I stamped it on a larger piece of paper. Then I lined up my die cut, ran it through. Now I have a template. Now I am totally set up to make hundreds of these. And I just might actually. So don't think I'm joking when I say I'm going to maybe make 100. I probably will. All right. So then all I have to do is drop this in for perfect placement. Okay. Perfect placement every time. This is a Stamparatus. If you don't know what I'm using, I've been using this a little bit more lately, but it's a beautiful tool that is perfect for doing this kind of thing. Perfect placement is what it's good for. Or if you are kind of a unsteady stamper, or you want to make, maybe you have trouble with getting it to stamp, your image to stamp all the way through, this is good too, because you can stamp more than one time. So say this image didn't stamp how I wanted it to. What I could do, I'll show you here, is I can pull it up and then I can go back and stamp again because it's the perfect placement. It's not moving. All right, so there we go. We have got our Versa mark is what I'm doing on here because I'm going to do heat embossing. Let's remember that. Now, okay, I'm going to carefully pull this up because, it's probably not easy to see on there, but it's got the Versa mark on there. And I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, and then we'll add the powder to it. And then the magic is going to start happening. All right, so bring in the Versa mark again. Get it all over here. And I want to clean that up right away. And what's nice to clean your Stamparatus with, and especially, if you're using lots of colors and you tend to be a messier stamper. I don't know if that's the right word, but if you get ink and stuff around here, you can just quickly go like this. Same Versa mark, I do like to wipe it off right away. And so that is a simple chamois. And let's pull that up. And now we are ready for embossing powder. Let's move our Stamparatus aside. Now, in my sample, I used the copper. So I thought it'd be fun to try a couple different colors. So what I'm going to use is white, and I'm also going to use gold, and then we'll be able to see it 3 different ways. All right, so as you see, I kind of cheated and I tried a white one because I started with white. White was where I thought I wanted to start, and then I thought, no, I didn't care for white. But then I had a different idea after I did the copper last night to do with the white. So you're going to kind of see my thought process here as I was designing. All right, there we have it. I usually just give that blow on it just a little bit. The white, I'll hold it up nice and close. Might be a little bit harder to see. There we go, beautiful. And I'm gonna set that aside. I'll worry about cleaning that up later. And then let's go ahead and do the gold. All right, so I'm being pretty careful with these because I do have the Versa mark on there already. I think I might have gotten a dab of white on that one somehow. Oh boy. Here we go. Okay, so now let's go ahead with gold. I got just like a little sprinkle of white, but that's all right. Here, let's just do this. You know what I'll do? Here, why not? Just go crazy. Why wouldn't that work? Of course that would work. Okay. But now I should have like a little spoon. Usually I do. I have some around. Look I'm making a mess today. You know why that's not picking up? Because I have a dab of white, but we're gonna go with it anyways. Okay, so there we have it. So now we just have to heat emboss. So if you haven't heated, so what you do, Versamark, so this is called heat embossing. You go Versamark, your powder, and then you heat, okay? So that is the 3 steps to heat embossing. And probably, you know, as soon as it starts to go, you know, emboss, get shiny, I guess, then I move it up. You know, it takes just a little second for your heat tool to heat up. There we go. It's the white on white, which actually I'm using Very Vanilla. So Very Vanilla rather than Basic White, but Basic White would look nice with this too. Okay, so that one is ready. And now let's move to the gold. I'm gonna grab a little spot that I can hold it down. Now, if you do it this way with a take your pick tool or anything metal there, be very careful on that, not to touch it right after you're done here. So as you see, it started to go. It's heat, it's embossing, it's looking beautiful. Oh my goodness. It is something else. That is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so now we have got our pieces ready to go. So my gold, I'm gonna leave the gold just as is, but the white, okay, look at this. This is something really cool. So if you haven't heat embossed before, really think about it. Okay, so I'm gonna drop that piece down. Now, I'm bringing back my blending brush and my crumb cake ink. So I thought I was gonna do this. I thought I was doing this little combo, which would look nice, right? That would look pretty. But then, after it sat there like this for a while, I was like, wait a minute, wait just 1 minute. We could add, oh my gosh, not like that. We could blend, so I'm gonna go like this on here. We could go ahead and add some crumb cake ink on here. And that's gonna give it like a little rustic look. It's not gonna be quite so bold as just the plain Very Vanilla. See? So the emboss resists the ink, okay? Now, if you're an avid crafter, longtime stamper, you might know this. You probably do. But I know we do have a lot of beginner stampers that watch, or maybe people that haven't even started stamping yet. So that's why I'm sharing some of these not old, it's new to some of these techniques that many of you probably know. I've probably shared it before, but not everybody's been watching forever. All right, so now let's go ahead and start building up our card. So let's bring in this emboss piece that we already, you know, we took care of the edges, but I still want to make it look a little bit older. So I'm going to take my bone fold. I almost forgot what that was called. And I'm just going to kind of curl up my edges here. Okay. No specific way. I'm just really going on the edges. There we go. Look at that. So it's looking a little old. You could even crunch it up a little bit. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere it to my card base. And I think I might have to bring in my trimmer. And I didn't say the size of this one. So I did do this one at 5 by 3 3/4, the smaller one. So, you know, a lot of times we go down 1/4 of an inch, but I went down, you know, to that second layer. I don't have another layer behind there. I didn't think it really needed it. I liked just these 2 colors as our 2 main colors. Calypso Coral and Crumb Cake is what we've got going on here. All right, and then I do need to bring in my paper trimmer, looks like, and finish trimming up these, which I really wouldn't even have to. So I just got a 3/4 of an inch strip. This was a scrap left over from another project, and here's a 1/2 inch strip. So these coordinating colors from the Designer Series paper, I'm going to just cut them. Let's just start with 3 1/2. That's not going to be so important. Like I said, I probably wouldn't even have to cut these because you'll see here what I'm going to do. Let's move this out of the way. So about 3 1/2, but the main thing is this one, 3/4 of an inch and a 1/2 inch strip of Designer Series paper. Same thing here. We're just going to kind of rough this up a little bit. I'm going to tear this piece. Don't overthink this part either. Just, you hear me say that a lot. Don't overthink things. Because you know what? What's the worst case scenario when you're making a card? Oh, here, let's just do that to this one because I need 2. I forgot I need 2. What is the worst case scenario if this does not turn out? What is it? I mean, we just make another one. We're card makers. We could make hundreds of these in a week or a month, maybe not a week. But so you know what? If the first one doesn't turn out how you want to, make another one. There's always another try. Oh, I got to go the other way. If I go the certain way, I want to show the little white there. So I want to go that direction. All right. So first I'm going to adhere the one with the Calypso Coral. And see, I'm not going to put tape all the way to the edges because I do want that to stick up a little bit. So I'm going to put adhesive more in the center. Okay. And then let's go ahead right below that. I decided to add this in after the fact. So when I made this card, I had to go in and do a little surgery and sneak it underneath there, but I figured it out. And there we go. This way too, when you're done, if you decide you want to, you know, cut it or a little bit smaller, you've got some room there because we're not adhering it all the way to the edges because we want it to stick up a little bit. And I'm going to do the same for this one because we've got 2 cards. We're going to do one with the gold emboss, one with the white embossed with, no one ever calls me. That was my mom. What is my mom doing calling? She should be watching. Someone call my mother and tell her that she should be watching her daughter make this video, not be calling me all day long. Okay, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Mother. My mother's wonderful. You know what she did? She sent the kids home banana bread. And so this morning, my daughter said, this is the perfect first day of school breakfast meal. I thought, oh, because Grandma did it all, not Mom. But I had bought raspberries, so I had a little tiny part to do with it. So let's go ahead now and do our next piece. So we're just building the card now. Simple. Hopefully I can do that as I chat. Sometimes as I'm chatting here, now I'm going to get off subject. I'm going to forget what I'm doing. And then who knows what we're going to start talking about. So I should maybe look at the comments. I know there's a whole bunch of you watching. It's not showing me all of the comments, but yeah, everyone says they keep getting message. Broadcast is waiting for live signal. I'm not sure what's going on with it today. Hopefully in the end, it'll all work out. I forgot to turn my notifications off. And today is the day that everyone decided to call me. And I left my alarm on. And so we're just kind of a hot mess today. But I think in the end, it should work out. And even so I'll make sure the replay works out okay. I think it'll be all right. But my internet was acting a little funny too, which is why the headline isn't perfect today because I couldn't get some of my pages to load. So I'm not sure what's going on here. We've had a few little issues in the neighborhood, but hopefully it'll all work itself out. Again, if you're watching on the replay, hello and welcome to you as well. All right, so let's go ahead and adhere this to the back. So crumb cake's going in the back. So you see I'm using all the elements from here. And then let's go ahead and put this one on. And then the next I have a Calypso Coral flower. Now I'm just saying flowers. I know most of you, what are these flowers called? I don't know my flowers. I'm not going to pretend to know my flowers. I don't know, even if I do, I don't even know how to say most of the names. I don't grow flowers. I don't even get pots of flowers and keep them alive. It's just, I'm not sure why it's always been an issue for me, but it never seems to work out, so I gave up trying. I mean, the last few years. Who knows? Maybe next year I'll try. My daughter's talking about a garden next year. I'm not sure that that's a great idea, but I'll let her go for it. Okay, so here we are. So we got our Calypso Coral flower in the background, and then now we're going to add these ones in right over the top. So the layering on this is so great. You really can't go wrong. There's no wrong way to do this one. And this again is part of Card Club for September. This is the suite that we are using. All of the die cuts will be done for you. No stamped images. So if you take the to-go kit, but you could add in any sentiment. You could, you know, if you didn't have this stamp and you're not wanting to get it, or you have something similar, you could add in a different flower. But what's included in Card Club? It is a half a package of the designer series paper. It's going to be a full package of these brushed metallic, which there's actually more than this. There's 4 more rows. Brushed metallic adhesive back dots and a sampling of this beautiful, what is it called? Ribbon. It's called ribbon. No, there's a name for it. Diamond weave ribbon. And we're going to use that here coming up right before I put on the sentiment piece. And so there we go. Oh, I'm thinking, I don't know, we might have to do a vote of which one we like best after I get them all completed. So next up, we do need a little bit of this weaved ribbon. It's beautiful just as is, but for this particular card, I thought maybe it would be a little bit too bulky to have behind there. So all I did, simple, and this is going to make your ribbon go farther. Let's grab the ribbon scissors. I'm going on almost 1 year with the same scissors, not sharpening it because I have kept it as a ribbon scissors. Add a charm, add a jewel, throw some washi tape on it, do something to your paper snips so that you can tell the difference between which one you use for ribbon, which one you use for everything else. All right, that is plenty long. Let's snip those out of the way. And all I'm going to do is put that right behind there where I'm going to put my sentiment kind of right in the center there. So let's adhere that with a glue dot. And I'll take it off of there this way. I'm going to put my glue dot right in place. And you can, one is probably okay because the sentiment piece is going to go over the top, also going to, you know, keep it snug in place. I did just have a take a pic tool here. You all saw it. I'm sure you saw it. It was here. It's gone now. Huh, who knows? I don't know. There's like little people that come in here and steal my stuff, I think. Okay, there is not. There's nobody that comes and steals my stuff. It's just me losing it all. All right, so that's in place. And now we just have to stamp some sentiments. And so look at this fun little label. That's what we're gonna stamp them on. And I do wanna do one I'm gonna leave blank on the inside, one I'm going to stamp the inside. And so I'm gonna use the thank you. And then on the thank you, I'm gonna stamp the inside sentiment. And I decided that perhaps maybe you don't want a thank you. You want a happy birthday for this card. You have a fall birthday that you're sending out a card for. So I decided to grab a happy birthday from this stamp set here. It's called In Your Words. It is a host set. So if anyone is interested in either hosting a party, not necessarily a party. I don't do, you know, big hosted parties so much. But if for this month, if you have a huge wish list and you want to either place it yourself or gather together with a friend or two and put an order together, you can get this set free with a $300 order. So there's some options to get that for free. But so I decided to grab a happy birthday from that stamp set because it fits perfectly into this label. But now let's talk about that. If you have that large of an order, let's talk about the starter kit special. That is on special. You get a free bundle. So you could get this bundle for free right now with a $99 order. You could get this for free. You pick your own $125 for only $99. So kind of a deal there. And it's really any bundle. So it doesn't have to, any bundle in the mini. So it doesn't have to be this one. But that's what's going on right now. So lots to talk about today with specials and stamp and scrap stuff. So this is Card Club. This is going to be one of the cards for Card Club too. And I decided to use Early Espresso ink for that rather than black. You know, I wanted a nice bold, but I didn't want to do black. I thought black would be too bold. So I thought Early Espresso really coordinates with those colors really nice. And I'm stamping it right onto some crumb cake. And I'm going to go straight up, straight down. And look at the success I'm having today. Today is going to be a good day. All right. And then I'm going to do the inside of this one. And these stamps, the thank you and this inside sentiment, both come from the Nature's Harvest stamp set. And I actually started yesterday thinking I was going to use this one. I've got another great idea for that one, but that's going to have to just wait. I have all the stuff cut out for it. I just didn't put the card together yet. Because then while I was putting that one together, then this one came to my head. So I believe my design block is gone. I am back on track. So if you're just tuning in at the beginning, I talked about that. I was having a bit of a design block. You know, I just couldn't really come up with anything. So then I still worked, instead of coming up with new ideas, I just worked on cutting pieces out because I knew eventually it was going to come to me. So a reminder to never forget how much you mean to me and so many others. So that's going to go on the inside of this thank you. So before I forget, I will put that in. I tend to forget to do that. I do my insides, but it seems like I get on a Facebook Live and I forget to put the inside in. There we are. And then this happy birthday, I'm going to leave blank for now. And then I will either plan on just writing in it or adding the inside sentiment. Sometimes I leave those blank and base them on who I'm sending them to. I might want to say something different on the inside. So I'll leave those blank. All right, so last but not least, we're just going to add this. Oh, not last but not least. We have one more step after this. So these are going to go on with dimensionals. Just right over the top of our stems. And I've got the mini dimensionals today. Okay, looking good, looking good. All right. It helps too when you're stamping, okay, when you're doing this. Like I'm sitting in a room by myself. I know you guys are watching out there in the world, but it helps to have success with this stuff. You know, I'm all about simple, successful stamping if you talk to yourself. So if you say, oh, looking good, your card's going to turn out way better than if you just are quiet. You know, I mean, your family might wonder, your friends might wonder, but in the end, you're going to have a gorgeous card. And what are they going to have? Nothing. They're sitting in the other room watching TV laughing at you. But don't you let their laughs keep you from talking to your beautiful card. Okay, now I've really gone off the rocker. It's up to you. Your card's going to be beautiful even if you don't talk to yourself. All right, so look at how pretty that is. So that's pretty just as is. But if we add one last final touch, it is even going to be prettier. Get your take a pic tool with the putty end. Now I have got decisions to make. This one was easy because I had the bronze there, but now I have gold. I'm going to push that down a little bit. So I will use the gold on this card. Oh my goodness. It is coming together. So I'm going to put 3 up there and I'll put 2 down here on the bottom. There is 2 different sizes. So I'm mixing it up, and then look at how beautiful this is. This is like a bronze color. That, oh my goodness, that goes perfect with that white one. I didn't even think about how that was going to turn out. I might be in love with this card. Oh boy, if you could be in love with a card. I think you can be in love with a card. Do you guys think you can be? I think you can be. I think I'm in love with this card. I believe I might not get anything done now the rest of the day because I'm going to want to keep playing with the Harvest Meadow bundle. So this is the Harvest Meadow bundle. Again, designer series paper, add just a little smidge of it there. The die cuts, the stamp set, gets you this beautiful card. Okay, I'm going to pop in on the comments, see if there's anything that is so pressing. We got to talk about it right now that I can, oh, volume. Holy cow. Holy cow. Okay. Oh, there they are. See, I only saw like 4 comments before. Okay, everybody. Oh, volume again. All right. So despite our technical difficulties to start things off, I think it ended up pretty darn good. So thank you for joining me today. I'm going to go back and edit this posting. So if you want to know what I used, you want to join my email list, that's going to be popped up there in just a few minutes. If you're watching the replay, of course, it's already there. So thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, share, and I will be doing Prize Patrol next week. Next week, oh boy, we got to talk about next week real quick. If you are local in the Mankato area, like within driving distance of here, try to get down to our garage sale next Thursday and Friday. So next Wednesday, I'm going to do my very best to pop in here for a live video. Not sure if it's going to happen because we're setting up for garage sale, but I will do my absolute best to be back here next Wednesday, September 15th. But if you're local, get to the sale. Go. I'll be sharing lots about the garage sale in the next week on the Facebook page. Now, if you happen to be watching on YouTube, again, like, share, win. I will be doing Prize Patrol. If I don't get the drawing done next week, it will go out on the 22nd during that Facebook Live. But I am super hoping to be back here next Wednesday prior to getting ready for the garage sale. All right, everybody, thank you so much for joining me for this card that I'm absolutely in love with. I hope that you are too, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.